Family, what's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Run the thumbs up on all these videos. ESPN released weekly playoff prediction ratings, right? You go to ESPN, you can go to Allstate, and it kind of has all these visual graphics right here. Ohio State, Indiana, and then Alabama, all 90% chance to make the college football playoffs. That's rat poison, clearly. However, I will say this. Alabama is the only team on this board right here to beat 4 consecutive top 25 teams. In fact, no other team has beaten 4 top 25 teams. Just to give you an example real quick, Ohio State and Indiana, they've combined to beat 4 top 25 teams total. A&M has just played 1 top 25 team. So I'm just saying, the gauntlet of Alabama's schedule, they're still in that stretch, like Coach Kalen DeBoer said. And going into this weekend, it's another pivotal SEC matchup where you have to win. And I think this, and I'll continue to say this, Alabama will be judged heavily by this score, okay? You win by 10 points, that's not enough. You got to win by a large margin because Alabama is held to a different standard, I promise you, all right? How about this? Everybody is watching Alabama football, as you know. Well, the latest TV ratings have came out after 7-8 weeks of college football so far, and all eyes are on Alabama football. You imagine being in the Alabama marketing division right now and just seeing, you know what? Look, of course we know that. Almost 8 million people tune in weekly to watch Alabama football. Now, a good majority of that might be haters just kind of hoping that the dynasty is over. But I'll tell you this, look, the dynasty that everybody thought was dead is on quite a tear, and they actually might have a Heisman Trophy winner, okay? That's all rat poison. I'm just saying, people tune into Alabama football. I think the next team was Ohio State outside of the SEC. But look, man, it just means more. Everybody's watching Alabama, but I think Ohio State was like number 7 or something like that. Still crazy volume, 8 million per game on TV. Absolutely wild. All right, look, South Carolina at a glance. I've talked about this a bunch of different times. 3-4, 1-4 in SEC play. They are ranked 127 in total offense. They are ranked 102 in pass offense. They are ranked 120 in rush offense, ranked number 41 in total defense, and ranked number 113 in scoring offense. You know, Lenora Sellers, remember, how much was he going to transfer for? Remember his dad said some crazy amount. Maybe he should transfer. I don't know. He only has 5 passing touchdowns this year. Offense certainly on the struggle bus. For Alabama, right here, you're ranked number 22 in scoring defense, number 33 in scoring offense. The numbers kind of at the bottom are the ones that I highlighted. Number 103 in rush offense, a number that we continue to be like, what is going on with Alabama's run game? Although we like what we saw from Daniel Hill. Previous to that, 3 consecutive good games by Jam Miller. Your guess as good as mine, or if you have an idea, sound off inside the comment box. And then number 25 in total defense, which is impressive when you've just played 3 consecutive offensive teams that are all ranked in the top 5. Quite the difference going into Saturday. I think these two have done an amazing job back together, right? You want to call them Batman and Robin, or you have a better name? I don't know. Since 2007, 95-11, when these two guys are together wearing black hoodies, all right? Weak spots for Alabama, as you know, kind of a lack of a run game, as I just pointed out. 103 is just crazy to me. The field goal kicking is crazy. Anything over 40, I think Alabama is 3 for 7 in that regard. And then chunk yardage plays, Alabama continues to allow chunk yardage plays week by week. I almost put the right tackle, but I feel like they're making a little bit of progress in this area, so I left it off for now, all right? So, look, the black hoodie now travels to Columbia, as you know, where took down Wisconsin 38-14, took down Georgia by 3, Vanderbilt 30-14, Missouri, that was another hoodie that Kalen DeBoer went against. Remember, Eli Drinkwitz was like, I got a hoodie too. Tennessee. Took it to Tennessee, and now it travels to Columbia. How many black hoodies do you think literally travel, weekly? Imagine being the hoodie guy and having to make sure it's washed. I don't think Coach Kalen DeBoer just goes out and pulls it off a hanger and just kind of loads it up. I think that this hoodie is like in a special box. And, they take it and make sure they have a couple extra, right? Can you imagine? There's probably some dude out there that works for Alabama and making $100,000 just making sure he plays man coverage on the hoodie. All right, this is my score. I got Alabama winning 31-7. I know the line is like, 13.5 or something like that. I personally think that there's not going to be a lot of points in this game. I really don't. I feel that for Alabama, that kind of magic number is 31-35. I've been pretty close to the scores the last couple of weeks, maybe just by coincidence, but I see a trend, and it's Alabama winning the time possession. I would imagine that this game, has a couple explosive plays, and maybe South Carolina somehow gets a touchdown touchdown in the second half or something like that. But I think Alabama controls the tempo once again. There's no way that South Carolina is going to be able to start moving the football all of a sudden against Alabama football. I think the defense has made steps forward, and the defense, most importantly, has kind of shown signs of bend but don't break. Specifically on the offensive side, my goodness, Ty Simpson is absolutely cooking. 18 touchdowns, 1 interception. This is Jam Miller right here. Over under 60 yards for Jam against South Carolina. That's kind of the number that Sleeper is working with this weekend going into this game. Hey, fam, I appreciate you guys being here for this short video. News as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Remember, score prediction show. You call in on Friday, 10 a.m. Central Time. I can't wait to hear from you, but I got it 31-7, Bama rolling in Columbia. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Give a roll tide inside the comment box. Let me know if anything specific stood out to you in this video, and I'll catch you soon as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam.